Comments? Okay. Dry area. I'll comment it. And I believe in democracy, so vote exactly how you want. But what I did not want is for HEB, who has funded the PAC for the Heights Beverage Coalition, to come in and spend $100,000 and tell people the only thing we're getting is an HEB. I love HEB. They are a great community player. I love JJ Watt. I love those commercials. I think it's great. And I don't want to, this election is not about HEB. It's about changing the fabric of my community. Go ahead and pull up our website. Okay. The thing you must remember, in a non-deed restricted area, one of the major protections that we've had since 1912 has been this dry area. It has kept out in the 50s and the 80s and the 90s every major gas station from being on the feeder road and the corner of 11th and Heights Boulevard. The Conocos go out, not because they couldn't sell enough gas, it's because they couldn't sell beer. I mean, that's where they make the money. And so when you change the ordinance and you allow off-premise sale, and look, none of you drink as much as I do every day. And none of you come close to buying the amount of alcohol that I buy on a weekly basis. I am all for alcohol. I am all for drinking. I'm all for public consumption of alcohol. It's just fine with me. But for the neighborhood perspective, am I willing to go where we already have an enormous amount of liquor stores? Am I willing to drive to Specs over in Midtown? I probably am before I want a Specs somewhere right in the middle of my neighborhood. What I don't want is along the feeder road of I-10 to become filled with Valeros and Shells, because when it's a Valero and Shell, the thing behind it, the little house, remains a rental house forever. When that's a rental house, the $1 million house beside that is diminished in value. So all of a sudden, where we haven't had this large influx of convenience stores, I think you're going to get at Heights and 10th, where there once was a convenience store, instead of a Pilates shop, you're going to go get a convenience store again, because they make a lot of money selling beer and wine. The CVS's and the Walgreens will all sell beer and wine. I don't really care so much about that. The smoke shop at the corner of Washington and Heights, where you can't even park to get to, can move right over to Heights and 4th, sell beer and wine, subsidize their smoke shop, and create a whole different change of the atmosphere of my neighborhood. It's the convenience stores. It's Quiznos becomes drive-through margarita shop again. You know, the fabric can change pretty darn quickly. The brew pubs, the wine tasting rooms, all of those sort of things would be allowed when you modify the ordinance. And let's be real, HEB has a lot of money, but there are a lot of other people with significantly more money than HEB. And they would change then. The next wave would be Tillman Fertitta funding a deal to change all the restaurants, which will put out the restaurants. My friends are at 8 Row Flint, but I assure you, Conoco has a hell of a lot more money than Ryan and Morgan do. So the highest and best use of 8 Row Flint is a gas station selling beer and wine, as is the dry cleaner across the street from it, as is the car wash at the corner of 16th and Yale. There it's 50 cents a car wash over here at the quarter machine. Where do you think these people are going to go? The vacant tract of land at Ashland and 23rd is prime to be a Sam's Club or a Costco or one of those sort of things. They have the money, and they make their money selling beer and wine. And it will change the character of my neighborhood, where if the neighborhood would think about it beyond HEB, and I'm all for HEB, I'm in real estate. I can sell them a tract of land 1/2 mile from there that'll be larger than the old Fiesta tract that already backs to residential. And when you put a parking garage underneath it and this towering HEB on the 2nd and 3rd floor over there, there's no way I could not say, in the real estate perspective, it wouldn't diminish the value of real estate nearby. And so, for me, as the neighborhood, perfectly, it's protected my neighborhood because Walmart is across I-10 and Target is across I-10. We have a good quality of life because we have access to those sort of things. But the tract of land at Yale, right here, when it's now going to be available, that tract of land wants to be a Costco. You know that, right? I mean, they're not selling up plants over here at the corner of Yale and I-10 as much as, or there again, whatever other grocery store can go there. But you follow Heights, you follow 11th Street, 14th, Yale, all these sort of things, it wouldn't take long to start down that path. And the only protection we have at the moment, and like I said, the historic district, we're cut out of these areas. Those areas are not in a historic district, even though you can build a Walmart in a historic district. But I mean, I'm just telling you, you tear down these large tracts, these apartment complexes that are older, you're not replacing them back with what you've had before. The Heights is too popular, it's too prime, we're known for these sort of walkabilities. And like I said, I'm okay. We have liquor stores. We have plenty of opportunity right over here for people to go and drink and have fun. And it hasn't diminished the quality of life. I don't really think it's hurt the patrons or anyone. What's that? You remove that protection, I'm thoroughly convinced that you modify the character of the neighborhood. And people they want to keep Austin weird. Damn it, you got to keep it weird. If you want to keep the Heights quirky, I get these lectures about, oh, we need to move into the 21st century. I'm all about the 21st century in my Range Rover over there. But I'm just telling you, I don't need to have beer and wine right here. I'm happy to drive just a quarter mile further. A quarter mile is all we're talking about here, folks. To preserve this neighborhood and let them go here and let them go over here. And I think they can go right here on the other side of Shepherd and Durham. All this is fine. I have no issue with go play right over here. Fiesta Beverage March right here. Liquor stores all up and down here and here and here. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity for you to get beer and wine off premise. Why do we really need to be in what is a predominantly residential neighborhood? And why can't we just go and protect that for another 100 years? And believe me, if we didn't have that, think about this. You would have had gas stations all up and down Heights Boulevard in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And if there were Sinclair and Valero and all these sort of things, we have a historic district now, that's probably going to protect it. But if you had had those, would our neighborhood be the same? No way. So why am I willing to risk that for an HEB? I'm not willing to do it. So we encourage you to vote otherwise. But I believe in democracy. I'm probably going to get my ass kicked on that anyway, but I thought the fight was worth fighting. And people just need to know all the information and come to their own conclusion. That was that.
HEB Washington at Stewwood at Washington?
Yep. Yep.
Was that going in there?
Yep.
Oh, and on 23rd and Shepherd too?
Yep. And I bet you get one up here in Garden Oaks. They've done a study that says the Heights people won't go this far. I think they will. But the Garden Oaks people will come down here. So that's their study.
Is Pottery Barn still going there too?
Who really knows? The economy's changed a little since some of that stuff.
I don't know why they don't remodel the one on 18th and...
Let's be clear, we had HEB at 11th and Ashland for a very long time, and while they're a lovely community player, people bitched right and left about the damn thing and the noise and the traffic, the trash, and the trucks coming in at 4 in the morning. That's when they load and unload, right? They don't unload at noon. And remember, we can't forget, that wasn't the greatest sight on earth, but right here, this thing backs to all these residents right here.
So you think it'll lower their value just being?
Do you think? You want to live next door to HEB?
I've been getting a lot of calls.
I can't imagine why these people would be for it in the leagues. I mean, I can't possibly. It's these people here that seem to think, well, they don't want to, I mean, you can go right here for God's sake. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities for for grocery stores and Costco's and Walmarts to go outside of this area.
Isn't HEB going into a old Fiesta?
Yes, they are going to, yeah, which was dry. It was dry in that area. But yes, they're going, and it was a very small site. Mm-hmm. So the Fiesta Beverage Mart is still here, and that's where you got your beer and wine, you got your groceries here. So they want to undo it so they can sell beer and wine there. And I understand exactly why HEB wants it. And yes, HEBs are great for neighborhoods, but let's just go sell them something right here. Or let's just go sell them. There's plenty of tracks along Shepherd and Durham. Plenty of tracks, I think. Yes.